Louis, thank you so much for joining us. People are wondering, just how did this happen?
Well, Ashin, it's a really good question, but what happened is essentially the two aircraft collided as they were attempting to make a bank. Now, these are two aircraft that are known for electronic warfare. That means they jam radars and they break up communication systems. And the way they do that is because they carry these pods on them. Well, what we're seeing here is an EA-18 demo team from Whidbey Island. This is where most of these aircraft are based. They either are flown to locations or they take off from aircraft carriers. But in this case, this was the demo team. They were part of this Gunslingers Air Show at Mountain Home Air Force Base in Idaho. And as they were executing that maneuver, one banked into the other, and then they pancaked one on top of the other. And then miraculously, all four aircrew aboard were able to pop out through their ejection seats.
Yeah, just a crazy story. Louis, we're seeing a lot of searches about this E-18 Growler. How much does it actually cost our military?
Well, it's been around for about 20 years, Ashin. So the unit cost, as they call it in the military, is about $67 million. So what we saw there with those two aircraft colliding into each other is a loss of $134 million worth of valuable aircraft equipment. And so one of the things that normally does happen is that when you lose aircraft in the military, there's a replacement cost, and the Pentagon will try to replace it. It's unclear right now whether they're going to replace this kind of system. I should point out that the Navy has been flying these aircraft as part of Operation Epic Fury against Iran. They have not lost a single aircraft, and so the main losses this year so far are these two aircraft colliding into each other in Idaho.
And that is such a steep price tag. Louis, we know that there were miraculously no casualties in this incident. We're seeing a lot of searches about the crew and how they were actually able to safely eject.
Yes, so this is a two-seater aircraft. That means that there were two individuals on board, the front pilot and then the Wizzo in the back. And what happens is that when both aircraft impacted against each other, what you see there is that you see these flares pop out, and that is the ejection seat coming out. Those are the flashes that you see on the screen, and then you see the four parachutes coming back down. We are told that they all ejected safely. One of them remains hospitalized and is receiving medical care for what the Navy describes as non-life-threatening injuries. The other three were not injured as a result of this incident. And of course, I should point out that this incident remains under investigation.
Yeah, it feels like nothing short of a miracle. Louis, that we know that this base is still on lockdown. What's the latest there?
Well, it's only a partial closure of the main gate right now, Ashin. There was immediately after the crash, there was a full lockdown of the base, which would be totally standard procedure for something like this. They want to ensure that they want to determine where was the crash site. They want to make sure that everybody on the ground was safe. We did see the explosions that took place right after these aircraft hit the ground. But what we do know is that a few hours after the incident, all of the spectators who were there on the ground for this air show were allowed to leave. But for now, just the main gate has some issues, but other than that, that lockdown was lifted around the same time, later in the evening on Sunday.